Welcome back to part 2 of crossing through Canada to Alaska. I landed in Smithers, BC at 6 p.m. today and decided to call it a day and find myself a hotel. I have to be in Juneau 1 week from today to start training. With incoming snowstorms and a Canadian mountain pass, I hope I can make it. I'm a professional seaplane pilot. I have over 1,000 hours flying seaplanes in Florida, Seattle, and Alaska. Today I'm starting my own seaplane business. I sold my house and bought an airplane. Come join me in my ridiculous adventures. My name's Tony, and this is my YouTube channel. So I can't make it to Ketchikan today. I'm in Smithers, Canada, and I might be stuck here for a couple days. It looks like there might be a snowstorm coming to Ketchikan and Juneau for the next 2 days. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll be hanging out in a hotel, not doing a whole lot. Oh well, it is what it is at this point. It's cold. I'm wearing all my layers. Hey guys, I tried to fly out to Ketchikan today, and I was about to. The weather was getting better. It looked like I could have made it, but then Ketchikan closed their runway via NOTAM, and I checked it like 10 minutes before I was about to take off, so that sucked. I waited around for 2 hours for a good gap in the weather, and it was there, but didn't make it happen. So then I decided I was going to fly north to another airport just east of Juneau, and that way it'll have a small little flight from Juneau. I took off, tried to climb out, overclimb the bad weather. Couldn't do it, came right back in. So that was a little 30-minute flight, straight up and straight down. So yeah, back to the hotel. I am under strict Canadian quarantine right now because they don't want me in their country. I got approval by the government of Canada to fly through, but I'm stuck in Smithers, British Columbia due to weather. I think I'll be here for a couple days. So more I'll leave the hotel for food. That's about it. I think beer counts as food, so I went and got some beer. Anyway, I'm about to get some pizza. All the stores have been closed down for COVID as of today. Perfect timing by me, right? So we'll get some dinner and hunker down for a couple days. Since I originally told the Canadian government that I would only be passing through and not spending the night, I had to call them and inform them of my whereabouts. They required me to purchase a 3-day stay at a government-approved hotel. Then I had to take another COVID test the first night I stayed in Canada. They threatened that if they called my hotel number and I wasn't there to answer the phone, I could be fined as much as $10,000. With that all being said, I was very excited to get out of Canada. Unfortunately, the next day was a complete snowstorm, so I didn't even attempt to fly out. I just reverted back to pizza and beer. Day 4 in Smithers is looking much better. It might actually be doable. I planned my route carefully, looking at the weather radar. The clouds were reported at 2,500 feet, and the highest point on the pass I was trying to get through was 1,800, so I should have about 700 feet to make it through. I didn't make it too far into the mountains. After about 30 minutes, I had to make a weather turn and call Smithers home for one more night. By this time, the fuelers at Smithers knew me by name and were waiting for me when I landed. After fueling up and tying down, it was back to the hotel. Day 5 in Smithers, and I'm extremely ready to get out of Canada. The weather looks great here, but over the mountains, it's a different story entirely. My plan was to fly north following a road. After about an hour, I'd be able to connect with a river that would bring me all the way down to Prince Rupert. After the weather turned and 2.4 hours of flight time, I found myself landing once again at Smithers Airport. After eating my sadness, I woke up extra early as I was running out of time. It's day 6 in Smithers. I have to report to work the day after tomorrow. All of Southeast Alaska is sunshine and blue skies. However, the fog and clouds are all sitting on the mountain pass. Today might be my last chance to make it to Juneau on time. I really wanted to make it this time, but after 1.8 hours, I found myself back on the ground at Smithers. At this point, I had failed 4 times and burnt over 50 gallons of fuel. But the day was young, and I was just sitting in my airplane waiting for the weather. I happened to see a 172 land, so I went to talk to the 2 pilots flying it. They were both on their way to Prince Rupert. After speaking to them, we decided to wait 2 hours in hopes the TAF was correct. We were going to attempt a flight of 2 through a mountain pass that was reporting low IFR. If we could get to Terrace, the rest would be easy. As we approached Terrace, the weather got worse, a lot worse. Luckily, we got a pirate from a helicopter heading out of Terrace. He told us it drops to a 500-foot ceiling and about 1 mile of visibility. But once we passed Terrace, the ceiling opens up to 1,000 feet. That was exactly what we needed to hear. And the rest was easy.
See the fire in your eyes tonight. See you dancing under the moonlight. Now I'm just trying to live the good life. I'll take your clothes off if you take off mine. But there's something that I need to know. Would you jump in with me now, even if the water was cold? Or would you jump in with me now, baby? We could cleanse our soul. Let the waves take control. Now, baby, we're all alone. Would you jump in with me?
We made it to the coast, and Prince Rupert was just a couple minutes away. My new friends completed their mission. They were off to the pub. As for me, I was still an hour away from Ketchikan and clearing customs back in America. I bid them farewell, called Ketchikan's customs, and went on my way. I was so excited to get back into America. I had actually spoken to this customs officer many times in the last week. In fact, I called him twice every single day. Needless to say, he was happy I made it. When he said, "Welcome back home to America," I really felt it. I filled up my gas tanks and headed out. I still had a 2-hour flight ahead of me, and the sun was getting low on the horizon. The last half hour of my flight would be in the dark. Now in Alaska, at night, it's pitch black, as there are no city lights to give you any reference. Now on the plus side, I was about to witness the most beautiful sunset I had ever seen. Since I arrived at Juneau at nighttime, I couldn't get any more useful footage. So congratulations, you made it to the end. To support my channel, be sure to like and subscribe.
Something that I need to know. Would you jump in with me? And even if the water was cold, would you jump in with me? Now, baby, we can cleanse our soul. Let the waves take control. Now, baby, we're all in.